Stormgame. Alright, hello everyone. We are watching RustyShacky, the world's finest, highest ranked Steam Deck player, playing on the Infernals. Of course, the Steam Deck is a handheld console, so it's a little bit harder to press all the buttons. But he's going to do his best, and he's making an Iron Vault up against another Infernal player, Mac, who is quite high MMR. I think he's like 2,000 plus. And he is also playing Infernals and probably, we must assume, on a computer with a mouse and a keyboard and such. So we'll see who has the better performance. Computer or Steam Deck, heck. Your bottom left? Oh shit, yeah. Okay, Max in the top right with a fast Iron Vault. And it's Rusty in the bottom left. He's actually sending 2 imps out, and then he's making an Iron Vault. Mac is getting a shrine in his natural. I'm sorry, these Infernal players all look the same. It's a tragedy that I can't tell them apart. But yes, Mac in the top right, Rusty in the bottom left. Iron Vault. One is much later than the other, but there are 2 imps making their way across the map. Do you have a brute walking across the map? So Iron Vault Expand is very standard in Infernal Mirror matchup. It's the one build where it feels like you can get your expansion up, not die to cheese, although I think it still dies to many cheese, and also scout. So this brute is effectively a harassment tool, but also a very much needed scout. So this Iron Vault timing will come out at the time that this brute comes into the base. Hellforge is going down, and a Conclave and Iron Vault is being proxied up in the top there by Rusty as well. Rusty is floating a lot of resources. He's got 600 in the bank. Is he going to make this Iron Vault do something? Yes, he loses an imp, which does feel terrible. He's building the meat farm. Actually, I think he had to lose the imp to get the brute out, maybe? That's why. Tactically losing an imp so he can get the units out? Maybe. Actually splitting the brute there, he didn't need to, but he probably thought, I'm not going to wait for it to heal back up anyway, so... We did want a second effigy here so that these structures finish quickly and we can spend our resources. That is something we did need to do. We have 5 guys on gas so that we can afford both the gaunts from here and also the brute upgrade. Mac, he's beginning to mine off of his natural, so getting ahead in that economy. Definitely getting more imp charges. He's also got 2 Iron Vaults and a Conclave, so we have the same production for both players. One of them is rushing a very important upgrade though in the brute charge, and the opponent isn't going to have that upgrade at all, you know, by the time the action starts. He's just not got that in the cards, but he does have a lot more money. He's now up to 50% more Luminite mining with the 6 workers here.
A
Stormgate appearing in the middle of nowhere, and is this the opening that Rusty needs? His opponent is now going down to take that Stormgate, trying to get that Faerun or something else useful. We've got our forces coming up here. We are supply blocked a little bit, but yeah, Tribute Pyre is already on its way. 13 out of 12 on Luminite, for shame. For shame, Rusty. And now we have a bunch of units. The upgrade isn't going to kick in yet, but maybe, you know, 10 seconds after the action starts, the upgrade kicks in and finishes the job, so to speak. We do have the forces coming in now. Rusty coming in straight into the Luminite line, starts chopping up a tree. We do have a Shadow Mark, so that's not going to be useful at all in this situation, and the units for Mac are just so far away at that Stormgate. You really do hate to see it. Getting baited by the Stormgate. The entire main has been evacuated. A lot of imps went down. The upgrade is now available for Rusty, so his brutes are just performing better than his opponent's brutes, keep in mind. And something else relevant is that Mac has no access to Therium anymore. So he's got enough Therium for 1 more set of gaunts, and that's it. He does have his Hellforge out, but it's just not going to be quite there for the upgrade. GG is called, and Mac is feeling rather foolish. He went for the Stormgate, the opponent just walks into his main. Remember that on this map there are 2 ways to just walk into your opponent's base on a main natural setup, and that's exactly what Rusty did. This is also something I love to do, is just to keep sending units into this Therium. via this enormous ramp. And that's exactly what our boy Rusty thought was a good idea too. And there it is. The #1 Steam Deck player in the world, able to take down one of these pleb computer users. And poor Mac just, getting baited by the Stormgate. If that Stormgate was in the middle or maybe here, it would have been better. But this is very far away. It's just a long way back. Actually, is this one... These two seem about the same distance, no? Maybe like 4 more seconds for this one? Yeah, okay. There it is. Big respect to Rusty, who's pioneering the Steam Deck RTS gaming scene. Steam Deck banned in tournaments, says Rusty? Maybe. After we show them this replay, it just seems like an unfair advantage. Alright guys, like and subscribe. I'll see you next time. That's all for me.